Welcome to the first episode of the official UCL Anime Society podcast. If you want to join our society, our Discord link would be in the description. This is your co-host, John, otherwise known as Realzzz on the server, currently a first-year economics student. Through continuous evolution, I have managed to reach the highest form of human life, watching strike witches without flinching at all while trying to analyze it thematically. While I'm not showcasing my superiority, I'm a badminton player and an anime watcher, and my goal in life is to spread chaotic energy.
I'm Julie, your co-host for this podcast, and I'm the student rep for Anitalk. It's my second year at UCL studying anthropology and linguistics, and my second year playing more games and reading more manga than I do work ever. I'm in love with the Nier series for games, and I love Evangelion, but don't get me started about the rebuilds.
So with our two hosts today, we also have three guest speakers. Why don't you introduce yourselves? Let's start with Seb.
Hello everyone, my name is Sebastian and I'm a natural sciences first year undergrad. My hobbies are rock climbing and watching anime, so give this season's sport climbing girls a shot. I love my isekais and fantasy anime, but I'll give anything a go. I don't have a favourite anime, but I do love ReZero, so please, no spoilers. I've survived 4 years, surely 3 months won't be that hard.
And Stara?
Hey guys, I'm Joshua, computer science first year undergrad. I love Fire Emblem and the Persona series on games. And for my favorite animes, I'd say Gurren Lagann to a normal person and Heaven's Last Property in front of a proper degen. But please do not mention the final movie to me or else I'd be fuming.
And the final guest, Oyu?
Hello, I'm Deniz. People know me as Oyu in the Anitalk. I'm a first year undergrad student studying architecture. As some people say, I'm from Australia, with an imaginary land where you do nothing but watch anime and eat pizza probably. You don't sleep, you just watch anime. Just one tip, don't sleep on anime or you will regret it. It's better to watch and then regret it, let's say.
That is completely true. Well, apart from our three guests, we also have to thank the rest of the people working on this podcast. We have Pasta and Rhymes with Beef, our artists, Peter124, who is in charge of our background music from Imperial, Goose, who is our main editor, Neko, who is our assistant editor, and the assistant producers, James, who is known as Venterra on the server, Jason, and Shintaro. So, let's start our discussion about our seasonal anime. What anime have you guys been looking at this season?
Personally, I've just been watching Jujutsu Kaisen on and off, and I recently started The Day I Became a God. I'm not extremely invested in any of them, but I'm curious about what they're gonna turn into.
So, Julie, as a person who actually hasn't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, can you briefly explain what is it about?
It's more or less like your typical shonen with your chosen one protagonist who is able to contain curses within himself. And he's helping out these so-called jujutsu sorcerers eradicate dangerous curses from the living world. I've only seen 4 episodes and read a bit of the manga, so I'm not completely up to date. But I thought it was pretty interesting, and I'd like to hear what the guests have to say about it. Seb, what did you think of Jujutsu Kaisen?
So, I've only really watched 1 episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, and I found it very interesting. The art style, the themes, the opening music was great, but I haven't really gotten around to watching it a lot as I'm watching many others, so does anyone else have any opinions?
Stara, have you seen Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah, I've watched up until the latest episode. Yeah, as you said, it's like pretty typical shonen, but I do think the execution seems quite nice, and also like the protagonist has a clear goal of progression and isn't going to end up with like the syndrome where they do get very, very strong on weird times.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now it seems nice and I'm excited to see where it's going.
What about you, Deniz?
So, it seems really good. So remember when it was first announced, the entire Twitter went mad. So, it seems quite interesting.
Why did the entire Twitter get mad?
No, like they went mad, like there was real hype in that sense.
Oh, real hype.
Yeah, people like the manga a lot, it seems.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so it's MAPPA, so animation is there. Story is there from what we can tell up to the 7th episode, as the curses seems to have like it something. Animation is there, the story is there, the music is incredible with Eve doing the opening. So it's quite interesting and quite fun.
Yeah, the opening is great. Like, it's really a highlight of the show, and it's also the ending.
Yeah, I actually kind of prefer the ending myself. It's really nice.
It's actually rare seeing, like, I mean, I don't know for me, at least for me, but I feel like ending of these qualities are very rare. Because, like, we see a lot of good openings, but endings, like, a bit rare, I'd say.
Yeah. There's typically not as much effort because, I mean, most people skip the ending to move on to the next episode.
That is true, yeah, because usually you would want to stay around for the OP, but endings people just would like to skip. So how would this compare to something like probably the most popular shonen last year, Kimetsu no Yaiba, or Demon Slayer?
Actually, I was going to bring up this point of comparison between Jujutsu Kaisen and another really popular manga right now, Chainsaw Man. Because
Chainsaw Man's getting a seasonal as well, right?
Yeah, it's getting an anime that's been announced recently. And there's just so much in common between those two, in my opinion. I was wondering if any of you guys have read Chainsaw Man?
I've been sleeping on it, sadly.
Unfortunate.
How
about Julie? You go through some of the similarities or differences. What you like?
It has the same kind of protagonist chosen by fate, who's a bit of a knucklehead, motivated by not much. The sidekicks are also similar. Like, I forget his name, the black-haired guy in Jujutsu Kaisen. It's very similar to the protagonist's partner in Chainsaw Man called Aki.
Yeah, he's called Shiguro.
Yeah, that guy. And the entire premise is pretty similar. It's just that in Chainsaw Man it's about demons, and in Jujutsu Kaisen it's about curses. But what do you guys think that Jujutsu Kaisen compares to?
Let's continue with the Kimetsu no Yaiba, because I assume that most of you have. I personally haven't seen it still myself, but I know most of you have seen it, especially since it has a movie coming out. How do you think this compares with that, for example?
I think it's better, and this is coming from, like, I mean, it's going to be, but this is coming from someone who, like, read the whole manga. And, I mean, I do think most of what people like about Kimetsu no Yaiba is the animation, because it's very high quality. But I mean, other than that, I think it's quite generic. But I mean, like shonen in general, seem generic.
I personally haven't seen Demon Slayer, at least not as of yet. But is the premise similar to Jujutsu Kaisen? With the idea of fighting demons and curses?
So,
OU, do you want to talk about Kimetsu no Yaiba?
Fine. So on the first episode, we have the. Let me pull up the names so I don't sound like. I'm sure we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
So we have
I don't know the names either, but yeah.
Side characters are.
So the main characters are Tanjiro and Nezuko, which are brother and sister. One day, so Tanjiro goes out to like get supplies or something. I don't remember the beginning, but what happens was while he was away, a demon attacks their home, and everyone except Nezuko was dead. He had like 3 brother sister or something. And only Nezuko is living. So, but Nezuko is being turned into a demon. So he makes the mission to become a demon slayer first, to get rid of the demons and like sort of get revenge, and also to find the cure for Nezuko so he can turn Nezuko back into a human. This is how the story goes, and you get introduced to the side characters, while in some places like Nezuko gets attacked by a character, they understand that Nezuko is not hunting humans and such, and they become friends, and that's how the story goes.
So in a sense, like because Nezuko is like technically possessed by a demon, there is some similarities. But obviously, there are also a lot of differences when it comes to like comparing Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer, and like Jujutsu Kaisen.
I mean, personally, like Jujutsu Kaisen kind of reminds me of the toilet-bound Hanako-kun. It has nothing to do with fighting, but the what is it? Like the curses and everything.
Yeah, the vibe.
It's kind of similar.
Oh,
So
that's an interesting comparison, I guess.
Yeah. I haven't seen that much
I
of
don't
it.
really watch that many shonen.
Same, to be
Yeah,
honest.
honestly,
Understandable.
I don't either. Usually I have an issue with how they are narratively. Like Jujutsu Kaisen, especially in the anime, there's a lot of overuse of flashback, I'd say. Like every 2 scenes, you'll have a new flashback telling you about something that happened maybe 10 minutes ago or last episode.
Yeah.
A bit overbearing. And
Always
I
like
feel like
that.
a lot of shonens do that.
I do think people do overabuse the flashback as a plot device at times.
Yeah, there are way too much.
But sometimes I think it is the only way that it's effective to tell the story.
Also, having read the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen, at least a bit of it, the anime does extend the fights a bit longer than the manga does. So you end up getting fight scenes that maybe drag on a bit too long.
But do you enjoy those fight scenes? Because from what I heard, it's like quite well animated.
Yeah,
as well.
it's pretty well animated. I don't think the choreography is like insane, but the animation is good. Definitely.
Does anyone disagree with that point?
I mean, Studio Mappa is doing it. We have seen like
True.
God of High School, currently Jujutsu Kaisen, and upcoming Attack on Titan, was it?
Yeah, Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Mappa. I've been following Mappa for like a year or something, ever since they did Dororo, I think. Ever since that, I've been watching them, and they're a quite capable studio,
Yeah.
and their animation is just quality.
I think it is a bit better than God of High School, personally. The animation and choreography wise.
The God of High School was weird.
Yeah.
What's our final verdict on Jujutsu Kaisen? What do you think? Is it one worth watching? Is it one that's like, you would recommend to a friend, etc.?
If
What's
you
your
like,
final verdict?
I'd say if you like shonen, definitely go watch it. But I'd always recommend Chainsaw Man over it for being more original with its delivery and narration.
I see.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Would you say a nominee for Anime of the Year?
I think 2020 is being hit hard of anime because because of COVID and like less quality anime, I would say. So
Anime of the Year is gonna be.
It's gonna be tough still, though.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I don't remember any stand-up shows.
ReZero?
Yeah. No, yeah, but I mean, it's not really a contender for Anime of the Year. Like, we all know it's not gonna win, even though it's great.
Wow.
True.
Okay, so now that we talked about Jujutsu Kaisen, let's talk about another anime that's actually an anime original this season, which is The Day I Became God. So, because I've seen it, I'll briefly talk about the premise. So, okay, I forgot the names again. Oh my god! But it's from the same studio that made Angel Beats and Charlotte, I believe.
Yes.
And so our main character is named Hinasato. She's a self-proclaimed goddess who can predict the future, and she's joined by like a very normal shonen protagonist, Yota Narukami, who has to deal with Hina's antics like every single day. So what Hina has said is that the world would end in 31 days, and that's her warning to Yota, and she's telling Yota to enjoy his life before then. So what do you guys think of it? So personally, I do think that it suffers a bit too much from Shuni, even though some of the sequences that it contains are actually quite funny. I found myself quite cringing through a lot of it actually. I don't know if you guys have the same feeling about that.
Yeah.
That's an interesting opinion.
No, I do think there are cringe spots. But I mean, it's still funny.
This is like one of my favorites this season.
Why is it one of your favorites this season?
Well, I kind of know what I got myself into after this is like June Maeda's work in Angel Beats and Charlotte, so...
I mean...
And after last episode as well, I kind of got already slightly emotional, so...
Episode 5?
Yes.
It was great.
Oh yeah,
So-
episode 5 was great though. I do think that two and 1 are actually a bit lacking, I would argue. But episode 3, 4, 5 has been actually consistently good. So I do expect the plot to pick up.
Yeah, I do think it was great, but yeah, as you said, there was some part that, while funny, could just feel weird. Like when they just use weird names like Dark Fallen Angel or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it just exudes like the Chuny energy, but
yeah, it does.
it's still funny
Yeah.
and entertaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that personally, I've only seen 3 episodes so far, and I'm struggling to get what the anime is trying to convey, or what it's getting at, what the story is going to be like. Because so far, it's been hard for me to get invested into it, since it's this shonen protagonist and this pretty basic bishoujo, and this lolly god just doing random things. So, do you guys think that the plot picks up in the recent episodes? Is there like something to get invested in?
Definitely.
Yeah, probably. But it's a bit lacking in terms of direction. Like, we don't really know what we're gonna get. But it does seem like they're trying to do stuff.
I mean, thinking.
See,
Sorry.
there's like this one character they introduced, I think in like episode 2 or 3, and we have not seen any of him other than like 5 minutes.
Oh,
And I
Spoiler.
have
Yeah.
a strange,
The hacker guy?
yeah, and I have a strange feeling he's going to play a very, very important role.
Well, if it wasn't important, he wouldn't be in.
So I can just sort of like imagine the endless possibilities this has.
I mean, I think the hacker is probably part of the plot of like the world ending, and
Yeah.
obviously they can try and do something about it.
Yeah, that's precisely what I mean.
Seb, would you say you're sticking through this because you're genuinely interested, or just because you trust in Jun Maeda?
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
Like, I've loved Angel Beats. It was one of my first, so I kind of need to stick to it. Plus, I don't really drop anime, so once I start something, I need to finish it.
I mean,
Oh, you go.
if you think about, by the way, about how it's gonna pick up, if you think about Charlotte and Angel Beast,
Mhm.
the things happen like the last 2 to 3 episodes. I guess the other ones had more stuff that you can focus on, like small arcs in like Angel Beats. Like some characters get finally going off and
I
such.
see.
But in this one, I only watched 3 episodes. I haven't seen much of it. I think that's why some of you were like, maybe not. I will maybe not follow it. Let's say.
I do believe that it can contain a lot of like emotional elements. We've had like small like 1 episode arcs, and obviously the hacker is like, you know, going to be part of like the whole series. So there's that to consider. But overall, like I probably would give this a chance myself. Even though it might be a bit chuny, it's still relatively interesting. So, well, you talked about like his previous work, like Charlotte Angel Beats. How do you think this compares to that? Like, does it follow the same plot progression? Are we seeing like the same movement, or do you think Jun Maeda's like has like adapted his story, evolved the stories? What do you guys think?
I'm just going to speak real quickly about this because I haven't finished Angel Beats, and obviously I haven't finished They Became a God either, but I'd say that Angel Beats had a more clear premise, at least as I remember it from the start. While this so far in the first 3 episodes has just been very slice of lifey. It's just that this proclaimed god descends upon our protagonist and does random things.
But do you think that the Day I Became God has potential, because I don't see it just yet. Even though we have an underlying thought of like the world is going to end in 30 days, but we've seen the god do absolutely nothing about it.
See, if I like the way I think of it, Jun Maeda's work is really slow for the first 10 episodes in general. And that's because he does a lot of character building, so that when the actual, like, the emotional part kicks in, it hits you.
I see.
And you're like, oh, wow, this is amazing. But you can't achieve that effect if the characters are just introduced in one episode and then they suffer emotional trauma the next episode. You kind of need that.
Well, that's not
nice
really
path.
That's not really my complaints. It's that so far, it's not that it's slow, it's that it's aimless.
But this is the beauty, like, once you watch the last episode, you realize that nothing was aimless.
Well,
and that everything fits together.
I'm not exactly invested in this dead Bishoujo or this very generic protagonist, so...
Yeah, but then if you ask yourself the question, why this protagonist? Why did he choose, like, him? The basic generic guy.
Sure.
Out of, like, everyone, there must be, like, something why he did that.
Sure, but also that I don't think that excuses padding an entire episode with aimless romantic pursuits, which, I mean, the comedy doesn't personally get to me, so maybe it's more enjoyed by other people who get the comedy, but personally, I thought, I don't care about this boy, I don't care about this girl, why do I care about this lolly god trolling the guy while he's trying to court the damsel?
That is true, yeah.
Yeah, like, the comedy I don't get as well. But, like, the way she comes up with things, like, the ideas is amazing.
I do think that the comedy can be quite entertaining. Well, at least maybe not that episode, but the ramen shop episode was actually really entertaining.
Yes.
Like, that whole sequence of, like, the TV show and, like, the interview was actually really, really funny, I have to say.
And the fact that she predicted all of that, or well, she knew all of that was going to happen, just adds to, like, the amazingness of it.
But also,
it's so original.
But it also adds to the severity of the issue, I guess, even though we haven't seen that issue being addressed at all. At the end of episode 5, we can see that there's 13 days till the end of the world, but we actually haven't dealt with it yet at all. So we'll see how it progresses. There's still 7 episodes left. There's 13 days left inside the world. We can see how it progresses from there.
But do you watch, like, right until the end? Because right at the end, there's always, like, a sign saying 11 days, 13 days until the end.
Episode 5 was 13 days.
And that just builds up on the hype. I'm just there like, oh my god, what's going to happen? And I just keep getting invested and invested every week.
I guess, in a sense.
So,
yeah, I can see that.
I might be biased just because it's Jun Maeda's work, but hey ho, it's gonna be fun.
Okay, quickly to end this, best girl. Who's best girl? Deb.
Sora.
Sora? Sora, okay.
Oh, the sister.
Yeah.
Stara?
I'm not gonna lie, I like none of the girls, but that might just be me.
I'm with you so far, but I think I haven't been introduced to certain characters yet.
I mean, his enemy is cute, but...
Fair enough. I like the ramen shop girl a lot, personally.
She's really cute.
Maybe Kyoko is like... Well, we'll see how she develops, because I think that after episode 5, spoilers alert, she'll get some good development, at least. We'll see her open up, hopefully. So...
Oh, you? Any best girl opinions?
I'm only 3 episodes in on the Day I Become a God, so can't really say right now. Because Jun Maeda, last episode is gonna change a lot of stuff. Like, who knows? Maybe the girl who rejected her become the best girl or something. Who knows?
I hope she does.
It can all change.
She has some nice development already, so I hope. Okay.
Yeah, she's cute. She just doesn't have a personality.
Yes, she's just bland for now, but hopefully she gets some development. Okay, so these are the main 2 series that we've been watching, but as part of the UCL Anime Society, we should really talk about the Anime Society itself, at least in our pilot. So one of the things that we've done frequently are the weekly anime streams. What do you feel about them in general first? Do you like the weekly anime streams? Do you participate in them? Seb, do you want to start us off?
Sure, yeah. I've only been to like one watching session, and I've just watched the old Higurashi, and let me just tell you that I've watched another episode just today just because I need to know what's happening. And yeah, it's really good if you just want to open up to like new shows that you would possibly never have thought about watching. Just breathes a new light into what you expect, what you don't really.
Yeah, I think
I lost my words.
I think that's the aim of these streams, to just share anime that maybe some people haven't ever seen before. With old anime.
Plus it's fun.
Higurashi.
It's fun to know what other people
Yeah.
like talk about whilst watching.
Yeah.
Remember, anyone can recommend or suggest an anime,
Yeah.
and we vote on the Facebook page. So,
So if you have something that's kind of niche, people are willing to give it a chance. So just make sure you like the UCL Facebook page, like follow the UCL Instagram. We will be hosting polls on the Facebook page every single week to see what we'll be streaming on Saturdays. So be sure to check this out.
right, it's fun when we all gather up in a voice chat and watch anime together. But once the COVID is over, meeting up and watching in one of the rooms, it's gonna be really fun. Let me tell you.
That is, okay.
Yeah.
I am so looking forward
We will
to
all
it.
go back early, hang out, play games and such once everyone is here.
Maybe
Booked
next
up.
year.
Yeah.
And go.
I just want to see the reactions.
I mean, a lot of these have good, like Higurashi. Well, I didn't join the Higurashi stream, but I know that it's like got a pretty complex plot when it comes to like everything, and like this is its 5th season. It's a standalone series.
Speaking of reactions, what do you guys think of when we watch stuff together in Anitalk?
It's really fun.
Muting ourselves or deafening ourselves while we watch? Would you guys rather people talk while they watch, or is using VC chat better for you guys?
Ooh, that's a tricky question.
I think I'd rather have people talk. I mean, it's nice, like, interacting with people instead of just being on chat. Like, even though you don't hear the audio, like, you do have funny reactions.
Like the benzene wing. For those that don't know, we were watching Madoka Magica, and William instantly said, "Why does she look like a benzene wing?" So, what the style we do, at least used to do, is you are free to talk. Like, you can make jokes, talk and such. We had a lot of jokes during the
Of course.
especially the Madoka Magica.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone's reactions are quite valuable, and I do enjoy hearing these reactions. How everybody's like liking each anime, how everyone is like hating each anime, even like all these opinions. I think constitutes a better viewing experience, and this is the closest we can get to like COVID before COVID times.
I think talking is generally very entertaining when watching something, but there is this issue that crops up when you're watching something with a lot of people through Discord, is that if a lot of people are talking at the same time, or if someone has an especially bad microphone or something, it's going to distract a lot from the anime that you're currently watching.
I totally agree.
So
I also worry like there's like some background noise can leak into the mic and that can be distracting.
I think it depends on the people that you're with and the size of the group that you're watching with, but generally I try to be careful not to hamper other people's watching experience when we're on Discord. I think VC chat can work fine.
I think it also depends on the anime as well.
Yeah,
if it's like a comedy, like talking should be encouraged.
If it's like
if it's
like a dumb impromptu stream such as Strike Witches or other.
Yeah, Strike Witches.
Oh god, let's not get into that. We're
Yeah.
not getting into that for now. We can discuss that later.
It's probably okay to talk over that. It's probably fine if you're not getting the full dialogue and the full message of it.
I mean, I think that when you're watching streams, just be careful of your background noise.
Oh, yeah.
If like a committee member asks you to mute, or the majority just wants you to mute, just please mute. Don't ruin the experience for anyone else. So yeah.
Also, let's not forget the random streams that people start outside of these voted ones.
Before we get onto random streams, let's talk about, I think, probably another issue. What do you think of people pausing during streams? Or rewinding without permission?
It depends on the moment.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a random moment in the anime, I'm fine. If it's in the middle of a fight scene, no.
It pisses me off to
We've
no
got
end.
some
I'm not gonna
problems.
lie. It pisses me off to no end. I'll just say that. When people just stop, go on Google, search up something for 10 minutes, and then go back to their anime, and then go back to the anime, it pisses me off to no end.
I think if you want to pause or rewind something when you're the one streaming, you should probably ask the people watching to make sure you're not going to bother them by doing so.
Personally, I love to rewind when I'm watching by myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're by
Just
yourself,
because sometimes
you're
they
not,
speak too
you're
fast.
not harming
Yeah.
anyone.
And you're like,
You're not harming anyone if you're watching by yourself. It's when you're streaming for other people.
Yeah, you have to
yeah,
be.
but then you feel awkward to ask if they could rewind.
And
Because you're going to be that one guy in between like 15
Well,
others.
if you feel too awkward to ask, then you're just gonna have to tank it.
Yeah.
And gonna have to keep
And
watching.
this story becomes like
I think if you're
That's
if you're the
interesting.
one streaming for other people, you kind of take responsibility with that stuff.
yeah, my peak is when the host himself just decides to randomly search a Google thing for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Speaking from personal experience, don't want to name names.
was it at least relevant or not really?
Irrelevant for the first minute.
Ah,
When I stream anything over on the server, I'm scared to even touch my PC in case my mouse cursor shows up on the screen and it makes the video player pop up.
That's understandable.
So
I mean, Julie, you've been streaming like plenty of films over Reading Week, haven't you?
that I have. Yes.
Do you want to talk about them? Like, because they're not
Yeah,
anime, but still.
the movies I was streaming over this reading week are not anime, so I was a bit worried about how the community would take it, and I did get a lot of questions about. I thought this was Anitalk and such, but I did ask. I did ask multiple times the rest of the committee if it would be okay, because I was just discussing stuff with people, and I brought up some Kubrick movies, and I realized that a lot of people just hadn't seen those movies, and it's just Stanley Kubrick is a director I
think.
very much like, probably my favorite one. So I felt like Reading Week is a period of time where there's a lot of
Yeah.
free time, no seminars, no lectures and such. So I just wanted to show off some stuff to the community.
hey, what about Christopher Nolan? You know, we have to represent our UCL alumni.
Oh, Christopher Nolan.
Wait, Nolan's a
Wait,
wow.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't know that.
Yeah.
a UCL alumnus.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Nolan, he's alright.
I love his Interstellar movie.
Actually, this might not be anime, but have any of you guys seen Tenet, his most recent movie?
No, I haven't. Is it any good?
It's alright. The premise is pretty good. It is sometimes a basic action movie, but it's a decent Nolan movie. If you like Nolan, you should definitely check it out. It's worth a watch.
I've only watched Interstellar.
Oh,
from
Interstellar's good.
what he made, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Playing the Interstellar team in my mind right now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was a great movie.
let's steer this back into the anime direction. Which anime film would you want to see streamed over the next few weeks?
Can I voice my opinion?
Go
Go
for it.
ahead.
Yeah, surely.
It's definitely A Silent Voice. I want to
Final
rewatch that
Fantasy.
again with others.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, it's so good. The first time I watched it, I was just there like, No.
He's
And
one
it's
of
just
us.
amazing.
It's probably like
Mm.
it's probably like one of the ones I want to watch, but like I probably should do it with a bunch of people as well. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd want to watch
Yeah.
it too. I mean, I basically never watch anime movies.
Oh,
Me too. Once you watch Silent Voice, it will be your first time. You're gonna watch it multiple times, let me tell you.
Okay.
As someone who
Yeah.
has watched at least 4, and some of them 10,
Mhm.
it's a movie that you can just keep on watching. Like, it's just a wonderful movie.
it would definitely
Yeah.
be worth it to stream it on Anitalk.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
Yeah.
I've been feeling like streaming the end of Evangelion, but that's a bit of a tough one because you can only watch that movie. You can only watch that movie after you've seen the entire show.
Okay.
So I would only be streaming it
Yeah.
for people who are rewatching like me.
Fair enough.
I've only watched the fake Evangelion.
What's
What
that?
is the
Rebuild?
Fake, yeah. What is the fake Evangelion?
Darling in a
Oh,
Franxx.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's worse or better than
Culture,
only
culture.
watching the
Bootleg
rebuild.
Evangelion.
I
This
love
this
that.
is culture in a nutshell. I call that culture.
Yeah.
Man, the show was great up until like the last few episodes.
Mm,
Wasn't it
Yeah.
Trigger that did the Darling in the Franxx?
Yes, it was.
Trigger Space.
yeah.
Oh my
is,
god.
Trigger in a nutshell.
Okay.
I do like some Trigger stuff, but Darling in the Franxx was not for me, especially after having watched Evangelion. I just wasn't
Mm.
feeling it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're never
Yeah.
gonna watch the beta when you've seen the alpha, so
Basically.
unless you want to mock it.
I just watched it for 02.
Mhm. I think a lot of people
I
did.
saw the pictures, I saw the memes.
I still
Oh,
don't
God.
know the main character of the Franks, but I know 02 and Ichigo.
Yeah, I was for Ichigo in the beginning. I just thought she was cute.
Oh yeah, I
And then,
kind of like Ichigo just because she was.
But then the plot.
It's the blue head syndrome.
Yeah, the blue head. Everyone likes their blue
I mean,
head.
you know, every single blue-haired waifu definitely gets who they want. That's a known
Wow.
fact in anime.
A certain anime, this is 3-0.
Well, well,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Well,
Nice, good.
Hmm.
Let's not spoil Rebirth with them. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Please don't. I watch it like weekly whenever it came out, like on the exact hour. Like it
course
released,
you
I was
did.
watching it
Of
the
course
second
you
it
did.
was released.
Of course you did.
It was amazing.
Okay.
The hype. Oh,
last episode, just.
I mean, talking about streaming, like everyone can also do their like informal streams. Like we're not restricted to like streaming like every single, like just through like the Wednesday stream, the Saturday stream stuff. We can also do our own streaming. Like I know a member of the server named Goose has been streaming Strike Witches for the past couple of weeks, and I've been watching myself, and you know. Even though sometimes when you start out to mock something, you actually start getting emotionally invested, and that's amazing, in a sense. I mean, like,
I haven't seen it, but the main protagonist seems interesting and cute.
she's interesting, yeah. she's definitely very interesting.
Yeah, I joined for like one episode, and that was a thing. Yeah. Let's not talk about that. With like weird icebergs.
And I might have to stream some anime myself.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can definitely feel.
A lot of people are sleeping on the seasonals I'm watching weekly.
Yeah,
yeah.
just.
And it's just such a shame.
I'm
I
just
just
not.
randomly. Sorry.
I think I'm just not a seasonal person, and probably a lot of people aren't seasonal people. Like they don't go out of their way to watch seasonals. But if you do like actively stream stuff, I think it'll help some people join in on recent or current anime.
See, I feel like seasonals are the best. Just because if you don't watch seasonals, you have to watch like 24 episodes or 13 episodes at like one sitting.
I'm so.
But if you watch seasonals, you watch like one episode a week, and it's just so condensed and nice. And it's like, yes,
I do think
I have finally got the time.
So,
I do think it depends on the anime. Like I've
Yep.
seen some that are much better seasonal, and others where I literally dropped them. Like For example, I actually
yeah.
dropped Attack on Titan season 2. While
If I had to watch these animes like after they aired, I wouldn't.
Really?
But because they're seasonals, it's great.
Yeah.
I feel a bit different. Well, for me, it's especially with the manga because I actually don't watch that much seasonal anime. But there's a few manga I'm caught up to, like Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan, and Berserk. And sometimes the wait is a bit painful, honestly. And you end up forgetting about the manga or anime sometimes. I think it makes me more prone to dropping things, probably, or at least forgetting about them for a while. I'd rather have a whole collection of chapters or episodes that I can read through or watch whenever I want at my own pace. And I mean, if you want to pace it out at one episode per week yourself, you can.
I mean, I prefer to just like binge it all in one. I can't really pace myself. I remember just reading stuff till like 3 a.m. in the morning because I just couldn't stop myself.
Yeah.
I must say something. We have like members like Jason who prefers to binge because he doesn't want to wait an entire week to see what happens. I can understand it, but
don't you want to be like one of the first people to watch the episode? Like
No,
you know
sometimes you don't
happens.
though. Like, I mean, the seasons I'm watching means that I do, but like
Oh, when you're caught up.
But then that means you're not watching something so interesting.
Yeah, but when you're
because
caught
the
up.
moment you
But when you're caught up, like when you know there's an ending, like that's the reason I haven't started Kaguya-sama, because I don't want to catch up every week.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you're caught up, sure, you're gonna want to be the first person to read the chapter, to watch the episode every week, but you could also just binge all the chapters since the series is already out.
that reminds me, one of the animes from this year, Mister of the Demon Acme. I was late starting it, binge like half of the season. Then I'm like,
oh my god.
But I had cliff. I'm like, why did I binge this? Why did I wait?
Great. It was great.
Yeah.
I was watching that show weekly.
But also, don't forget that you are currently talking to the guy that watched 50 shows a day.
50 shows a day.
That's a lot.
That's like 4 seasons worth of anime in a day.
Yeah, it was Black Clover.
Too much power, you.
Also, I will say this: some animes are horrible startings. Like, I'm gonna give one example: Black Clover. The anime did a horrible job at the first first arc or something. It's like first 30 episodes. If you can just binge it, I'm not gonna just binge it. Then you can take your time because the story is gonna pull you in.
The beginning of Black Clover was pretty bad.
Speaking of streams in the Anitalk, you haven't only been streaming shows, right? There's also been some people streaming games and such. Have you guys like tagged along and watched people play games recently? Any of the guests?
Personally, I haven't, but I've noticed a lot of people were playing League of Legends.
Too many people playing League.
There isn't too many people. We are 5, and there's only 5 people on teams.
There's too many people playing League.
So, what used to happen is the Pooh, the Shintaro, what he would do, he made all of us addicted to like Scribble.
Of course he did.
So yeah, we will have like those times where every Wednesday or like every day you just wake up to a ping. Hey guys, who wants to play this game?
Shintaro used to ping every day at party games and ask people if they wanted to play Scribble.
Oh yeah, he had memorized the list, right?
Yeah, I mean, he made the list because he turned it into a special kind of anime Scribble. So anime characters and such. You guys have played the version, I think.
Yeah.
And he did make the list and he memorized it last year.
Of course he did.
It's got a lot of SAO characters.
Of course it does.
Way too many.
He's currently named, for people who don't understand the context, he's currently named Kirito on the server. And he's gonna change it after this podcast comes out, because we know he will.
Also, he's made a few alts called Yu-Gi-Oh! And Lifa.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're his friends.
Just RPing.
Yeah.
They're his friends, not his ults.
That are all muted and can't listen on VC, but yeah.
I also think that James used to stream games a lot, over the summer. I think he did this. So
Oh.
people who are new to the society may not have had the chance to experience this, but we have had some streams of single-player games and such before. James has streamed Yakuza 0 as well recently. Have any of you guys been able to tag along for that?
No.
I never.
No.
Yeah, Yakuza is probably a great experience with multiple people.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty fun watching him stream that game. It's pretty crazy and hectic.
Yeah, I've already played it, but I'd really have fun streaming it, I think.
Yeah, maybe we can ask him to stream it some more.
Yeah.
Talking about other games, let's talk about gacha games. Maybe let's start with the most famous one of them all, waifu bots.
Oh no, not waifu bots.
But always waifu bots, dude.
I was just
It's
rolling
always
it.
chaotic.
My biggest enemy.
The biggest enemy of mankind is waifu bot. Like, James currently
Yeah.
has Miku, and I am so pissed. I want Miku so badly, and he has it. And I can't,
Hmm.
I just can't trade with him.
So for content, there's a bot on Discord in our server that allows you to roll waifus or like husband, whatever you like, and playing them. We have a lot of internal debates over this, but
Yeah.
because I mean the person who gets like people like 02, Ram, and like Hasan and Miku and such,
Yeah.
probably are gonna get hated.
Hmm.
They are going to
God.
get hated. Oh
There's
my God.
William with the
Oh,
entire
God.
top 100. Wait, no, not
Oh,
top
God.
100,
William's
but
stuff
at least
is
all the
insane.
top 10.
William's
Yeah, he's
stuff
got
is
way too many
absolutely insane.
characters.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
All I can say is, like, if you get into waifu bot, you will be there 24/7,
Basically.
Yeah.
just waiting for your waifus to roll.
So that's why join us in waifu
It's
bot.
great.
You know,
Everyone,
it's
yeah,
bad.
join
To
us
the
and
temptation.
sell your soul to the
Sell
waifu
your-
gods.
sell your-
Please join. We need more roles.
Join us, we need the roles, we need our waifus.
Oh.
Gacha rolling really just is addicting, no matter what it is.
People who
Please
I'm
don't.
pretty sure people who this spot are really laughing and people who didn't are currently confused.
Yeah, you don't know what it's like rolling all day.
I'm gonna take this time to say again, join our Discord. You can play waifu bot with us in Discord.
Like it
Yeah.
Link in the
translation-
description.
But don't
Like,
dare
at
type my
first, it
waifu.
sounds really boring and mundane, but once you get into it, once you realize that there's like a economy of sorts behind it, and how you can trade and like earn points
Yeah.
to get better things, and it's just amazing.
I know, right?
It's such a great experience.
Me and my friends
Yeah.
were holding like meetings during lunchtime,
Oh god.
and we were like,
Wow.
Oh god.
like what would this? Like we were like 5 people, right? Just a small friends group. At least 2 of them did trade and make sure it is fair.
Yeah, I remember I had a friend, like, last year, I think, and he was just rolling waifu bot all the time during courses.
Of course he was.
Like,
That sounds like me.
yeah, the dude was like on his phone all the time rolling waifu bot. It was quite weird. And I didn't understand, because I still hadn't sold my soul to the bot.
But now that you've sold your soul, you have reached a new height of humanity.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just start rolling idly because you're bored or you have nothing to do, but then you get really into it.
Also,
and then you'd spend 10 minutes instead of 1 minute watching other people roll.
it sounds like well, a lot of like good currently claimed, but we reset this every like year basically. So we reset it like 2 weeks ago, I think, something
Yeah.
like that.
No, 3
Yeah,
weeks ago,
something like
and
that.
William still has the top 10 already, so...
So if you got unlucky, then next time maybe.
talking about William, he has a Fall Guys addiction. Okay, I'll just say, yeah, William's completely fine with us talking about him here. But, you know, we still had to mention his Fall Guys addiction.
Yeah, you know how Fall Guys blew up, right?
Yeah.
So what William has been doing, he will just get on Discord, stream Fall Guys, and ask everyone if they want to play Fall
Big
Guys.
Fall Guys.
And it became a meme where like no one is playing Fall Guys with them.
Oh my god,
The
yeah.
iconic, do you want to play Fall Guys?
That's what I'm saying, Fall Guys. Like one time there was like this discussion going on about something like pretty funny, and you could just hear William in the background playing Fall Guys. And it was just so 58 hours in a week apparently. Oh my god.
Yeah, William is just able to turn his brain off and play that game or play. Actually, once he actually didn't play Fall Guys, but he was playing this TF2 mini game, or these TF2 mini games rather, that are very similar to Fall Guys. And it was really late into the night, and he was just playing the same mini games over and over. I think he just has the ability to turn his brain off and play very casual games, no matter how repetitive they are. And if he's having fun, I honestly respect it.
Yeah. You gotta respect the fun.
Talking about fun, you guys have a lot of fun playing League, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
You stream League a lot of times. Like I remember just last night you guys were just streaming League for like 4 hours on end. So
I was streaming it because I was playing some ranked games, and you can only have a party of 2 in that mode, so I couldn't really invite other people. So I just streamed for others that weren't playing. Yeah.
I mean, you could have played Flex,
But Flex is like a joke.
I know, like, I mean, Flex basically allows you to join as a full team for ranked games.
Yeah, and it allows you to join in a party no matter what the rank disparity is. It's basically a ranked that people don't really take as seriously as real ranked. But I think League is genuinely a fun and good game. It can just get really frustrating sometimes if you take it seriously, just as any other competitive game.
It's kind of hard to get into, though, I'd say.
Yeah, it is really hard to get into. There's a lot of ins and outs. I think it gets a bad rap overall.
Yeah.
But once you get into it, it is investing.
So you.
Yeah.
What have you been playing recently?
So we have an inside joke where I play a lot of Arma, right?
Yeah.
So Jason, one of our community members, got Arma once, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, wanna play Arma?" So I basically poked him for like an entire week, and now he refuses to play Arma ever again. But then one of our members also got Arma, and I actually got him in. And now I'm currently in progress of getting another one. Deb?
You guys can fight it out. I'll just casually leave this conversation.
Yeah,
you guys
of
can
course,
talk.
it's such a great
go on.
game. Like, it's so different. Yeah, Arma, if for anyone who doesn't know, is sort of like a military simulation game where things are incredibly realistic for a game. So, if you like shooting games but you want something more realistic, Arma is the game for you.
If you ever played like games like, let's say, Insurgency, Squad and such, it's like those, but like earliest ones. It's a game from 2013, but it will still tank your PC.
Of course it would. Of course it would. Seb, how long have you played Arma?
Ooh, I've started playing Arma back in maybe like 3 years ago, I think.
Oh, yeah, only 3 years?
But I haven't been playing it like...
Oh, you're just like amateur.
I haven't been playing like every day. It's mainly been like maybe I have like a month of playtime. It's just been like you kind of need people to play it with. It's not really something you kind of can play solo. It gets more fun with friends.
So
are you gonna succumb to the peer pressure and join OU?
Of course.
Are you gonna succumb to the mild amounts of peer pressure we're gonna put you through later on?
Definitely. I'm enjoying myself, so why not?
Yeah.
So for those that are ever wondering about Arma, it's not a single player game, let's say. You won't get fun. You won't have fun single player. Just if you guys are ever wondering, get friends or find a clan, let's say.
I mean, friends always make every game better. It's not just Arma. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
So many games are better with friends. So yeah.
Yeah, but this one takes it to like another level.
Yeah, I mean, it is a simulator game, so if you're just playing the game without anything else, it's not much to work with. I think the point of Arma is downloading mods and playing on servers that have certain game modes enabled and such. A bit like Gmods, but with a realistic war
Yeah,
simulator.
like
So there's a lot of emphasis on other people and on making your own fun.
yeah, like just to give an example, I'm just gonna quickly go over these.
Mhm.
Bullet ballistics, your actual range, laser guided weapons, proper like somewhat proper planes enhanced with mods most likely. Radio systems, again mods. It tries to be realistic, and so yeah, it's one of those like realistic simulation shooter kind of games. If you're ever interested in those types, definitely check it out.
Okay. Thank you, OU. Thank you, OU, for this recommendation. And now we will be peer pressure into playing this because we know what OU can do to us. Okay, let's move on to our last topic of this podcast, LAU, otherwise known as the London Anime Union, and NSN, which is the Niche Societies Network. The LAU was founded, I believe, last year, right?
Yeah, it was actually created last year, during the year.
And then NSN, the Niche Societies Network, was created this year. Like, recently, like 3 weeks ago, I think. So, yeah.
So I'll start with LAU. The quick rundown of LAU is that it's an association of not all, but a lot of London universities' anime societies. At its core, I think the starting universities were KCL,
ICL.
UCL, ICL, and LSE, I believe. But since then, we've expanded to what is that?
The DLCs.
University called? We expanded to Queen Mary,
Otherwise
Queen
known as
Mary,
the
and
DLCs.
Brunel. Yeah, it's the DLCs. Even now, the core is still very much ICL and UCL mostly, because that's mostly people from there talk in LAU. It was actually, when it was introduced last year, it actually basically replaced the UCL Anitalk server, which was pretty dead last year, but most people moved to LAU, and there was a lot of conversation there. Now it's kind of died out. It's pretty slow, but we're thinking that it might pick back up as the year goes on. We just moved the focus back to the UCL server for the start of the year with the freshers and such.
So-
I mean, it's a great chance for more waifu
Oh
roles.
no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It does have
They
the
do.
bot. The bot is over
Yeah.
there as well.
Oh, dear. And they have a completely different set of waifus. So
Let's
No,
not
not
So
forget.
if you need
new set.
more doses of gacha, you can head on over there.
Yeah.
I would like to first apologize for anyone that might have mental illness from the spot, because I may have had a role in adding that bot to the servers.
Oh
just a
no.
bit.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was actually me single-handedly just pushing Jason to add the bot. I'm sorry, guys. Just a small note.
But yeah, so LAU was the big intercollegiate initiative, even though there have been intercollegiate events in the past, and we actually had quite a few this last year. But this year it's more about UCL itself, probably because of lockdown and COVID and such. So this year what we have is Niche Societies Network, which is, rather than an intercollegiate network, it's within UCL between societies of common interest. I think so far we have the Anime Society, Sci-Fi and Fantasy Society, Board Game Society.
There's also the Gaming Society.
Is the Gaming Society in there? Yes.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
gaming.
Yeah, the
society.
gaming society's in there, yeah.
Pokemon Society and Harry Potter Society.
It's the most ambitious crossover.
There's also graphic novels.
Oh, Graphic Novel Society. There's a lot of societies in
I
there.
mean, this is the most ambitious crossover. Screw you, Marvel. The most ambitious crossover ever.
Yeah.
We are finally at peace with the gaming society.
We are at peace.
Wait, were we
Yes.
not?
There was
It
some
was a
slight war
joke.
going on. It was a
Oh.
joke, yeah, but
Yeah, we infiltrated gaming society with me playing OSU in one of the events while everyone was playing League.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a joke at the beginning with few of Anitalk members in gaming sock. Then some people were like joking that weep and such. And
well,
during,
I
like,
mean,
pub/game night, they were playing League. One of the computers was empty. I'm like, I hop on to play like some League because even though I hate it, it's better than nothing. I see Osu, and I'm like, time to start drama.
oh god.
I jokingly start Osu because some members also hopped in, and funnily enough, there was a small Osu community in the gaming society.
Of course there is.
So yeah, there will be some like weird stuff happening, like jokes and such. So it's fun.
The OC players in that gaming society are insane. The maps they can complete are just like, oh, wow.
Yeah, apparently there's like dude in UCL Gaming who's like top ranked UK, and I think he's participating in qualifiers for the World Cup.
Oh my
Like
god.
very
Of course.
high level stuff.
That's
I wouldn't
really
be
high
surprised.
UCL official esports team. Let's go.
level.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey.
talking about the niche societies network. Have you been to their events? I've been to a few, but not all of them.
I've been to one, and I'm going to the one tomorrow.
Ah,
And that's the one I'm
pub
looking
quiz.
forward to the most. Yep.
The
Ooh.
pub quiz. Ooh.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm signed up to the pub quiz as well. Are all you
Yeah.
guys signed up?
I've signed up too.
I'm not signed up, unfortunately.
Sorry, my sleep schedule is really bad. I just woke up
You
like
know that.
2 hours ago.
Oh,
We know your
Lord.
sleep schedule
Oh.
is terrible.
There's a pub
Yeah.
quiz today? Wonderful.
No,
Uh,
no,
tomorrow.
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 Still wonderful.
You can't go if you're not signed up
Yeah.
because there are a limited number of tickets and they're sold out.
It's the tickets are gone, so you
Yeah,
can't-
the
you
tickets
can't-
are gone.
No,
Yeah.
but still, what time is it?
Let me tell you that real quick.
It was like
At
after
5
3 p.m.?
5 p.m.
Oh. Actually, it's a good time to say. We have a small D&D community in Anitalk. Just saying.
And sci-fi soccer. Sci-fi
Oh.
sock's also looking
True.
for members. And to be clear, we don't have beef with them. We don't have beef with anyone.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Do you guys have weekly D&Ds? How has it been going so far?
We started last year during a Wednesday social, and one of us brought in a D&D Southern campaign. And 4 to 5 of us were interested, and we found a DM. Like, one of us happened to be a DM. So we started. And ever since that day, like, something around January, we have been playing every single week. It's still going, by the way. It is still going.
Oh, that's a long campaign.
How can we be involved in this?
Every single Sunday, so before the COVID, before everyone went home, we would play on Wednesdays, and probably second time in the same week in my accommodation because it had a large area. So yeah, it was quite fun. We have a good DM. I mean, it's not like I worked with another DM ever before, but so far it's really fun. Also, he held a one shot with the freshers. How did it go? If you guys were in it, was anyone in it?
I didn't attend. no.
I wasn't in it. I don't think. I wasn't in it. I don't think Seb was. Stara.
No, I didn't join.
No.
the-
Oh well. We
Luck.
can't really talk about it then.
I wanted to
Unfortunate.
join, but I couldn't, unfortunately.
Well, I think if you're interested in D&D, you should DM Mahi, whose name on Discord is Ryu, RYUU.
Otherwise,
I think he's the one organizing the D&D.
otherwise known as
Okay.
Wendy. Where's my hoodie? Otherwise known as the D&D guy. The D&D guy.
Yeah, someone called him a D&D guy and it became an inside
Yeah,
joke.
yeah, we're just a meme now.
Mm.
But yeah, definitely consider messaging him if you want to take
Yeah.
part in that stuff.
and let's finish off this section by talking about the LAU events. How have you found them? Especially the Halloween one. That's the main one. Well, that's the one where the UCL organized. But obviously, there's one coming up, which is the KCL Talent Show. How are you finding these events in LAU?
Fun, but the quiz was hard.
Fun?
Extremely fun.
The quiz was hard.
Oh yeah, the quiz was hard. Yeah.
Yeah, last year when we had like the big events, it was quite a lot of things and interesting stuff. Let's say. Like, can we talk about the one?
You want to go for it? Go for it. Go for it.
You can talk about this. Yeah.
Okay, so with before the COVID, well, of course we had like events where and each university hold it. So UCL last year held the Halloween event where LSC, KCL, and ICL members came to UCL, and we had a Halloween event like quiz, some mini games and such. It was quite interesting and fun. And we had some more. By my opinion, the big event was a maid cafe. So this is how it goes. Which was it? ICL that held the place, like the event?
I think it was
either KCL or ICL. I think
it was one of the two, but I'm not sure either. Let me quickly
Okay.
check the UCL Anime Discord. Remember, guys, follow it.
So what happened was, anyone could volunteer to be a maid. Guy, girl, doesn't matter. We had a lot of fun there. And what would happen? You either got as a maid or just as a customer, let's say. You go there, we had like some quiz events, some mini games. It was a surreal experience, let's say. Just seeing your friend come in maid, your guy friend, maid costume.
Yeah, your guy friend.
Shinko.
There were more guys as maids than there were girls. I'll just say that right now.
Yeah.
It was fun. So okay, it was KCL that held the event. So we had some mini games like drawing events and quiz events. They also like made their own bubble teas and onigiris. So it was cute. Like you had like the panda-looking onigiris and such. It was again such a surreal experience.
I think I know what I'm looking forward to after this COVID thing passes.
We're probably not gonna have one this year because of COVID, but obviously the year after is always going to be an entertaining experience. Well, also talking about KCL events, the one they're hosting this year is actually a talent show because we can't have in-person events. So, are you guys? What hidden talents do you guys have to show this world that you guys are indeed a superior species?
Their talents from our guests.
No specific talents.
Oh no!
Specific.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We're
Just
gonna
your average anime watcher.
We're gonna. Have you not
Sorry.
seen the average anime watch? They either get hit by a truck or go to an isekai, or they get. Oh god! There's too many different plots with anime.
Well, if you guys ever discover one of your talents sometime soon, then you can always send in a video. To the LAU committee, and you'll be featured in the talent show. It can be any kind of talent, really, even a funny non-talent if you want to.
It reminds me, we were going to have a band night, like band wars or some sort, last year, but it was cancelled sadly.
Yeah.
But if you also interested in playing instruments, I play some sort of instrument and also interested in these things, it might happen again. I'm not sure.
It probably will.
It might.
It was going to happen, but it got cancelled sadly due to COVID.
Hopefully it'll happen again.
It's just a bit tough without the ability to get together, but there might be something organized. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was going fine until that happened. But yeah.
Unfortunate.
So.
But yeah.
Also, if you have like any event suggestions, I guess you can message one of the committees. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but could result in something.
You can always suggest events to the committee. Yeah.
Yeah. Whether they take them or not is a different story, but
does no harm to suggest, of course. Okay, I think we'll be wrapping this podcast up for now. Thank you, Seb, Stara, and Oyu for coming along. Or should I say Seb, Joshua, and Deniz. We'll be seeing you sometime in the near future for a second episode. But this is it for now.
Mhm.
And could you all say a little goodbye to the listeners?
Goodbye.
Sayonara.
See you.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
I
Thank you for listening.
Yep, thank you for having me. Bye.